But often I say to people, what's your dream? And they say, I want to escape the matrix. And I say, but will you? And I see in their eyes the flicker of doubt. They're confused by the question. Andrew, I want to escape the matrix. Will you? They don't know. They have no idea if they will or not. They don't believe if they will or not. They've never thought about that. It's easy to think about what you want. It's difficult to think about what you're actually going to have and do, because then you are accountable for that. Now you have to take action. So I ask you, do you want to be rich? And you say, yes, I do. I say, what is your plan to become rich? You say, I don't know. Then the chance is now zero. If you truly want to become rich, like you said you did, then you would have a plan to make it happen. If you have a 0% chance of achieving something, then you don't want it very hard. You must be in a mind state where you understand that things must be planned for and prepared for. The biggest way to fuck up your life as a man is to start sitting there at home or wondering and worrying, I'm not happy. I don't feel happy. How do I feel happy? Who the fuck said you ever should? Who told you in your infinite arrogance that you were ever designed or created by God to be happy ever? Since when is that owed to you? Why is happiness something you think you deserve? Maybe it is your destiny to live 100 miserable years. But this quest or idea of being happy, erase it from your brain. Blink and cure your mind. Change the software. You don't feel happy. You don't feel sad. You're either busy with things you need to do, or you've done enough to have a short respite before the next day. And your job is to become as important and capable and dangerous as possible. Life often gives you chances and you get one shot. You don't get to replay them, you don't get to rerun them. Even the ones that you do get to rerun, you do get to replay. I guarantee if you pulled it off first time, every time, your life would be completely different than if you pulled it off on the second time every time. It'd be a different trajectory. There'd be no failure in the mix. The air wouldn't be stained with the stench of your inadequacy. You must be that good, that no matter what happens in life, even when the matrix attacks you, even when you get curveballed, you can put on a nice suit, you can pull out some money from somewhere, put on a diamond watch, and pull it off. You have to be that guy. And the way you're going to do that is by training. You have to practice. And you have to be held accountable amongst other men who are extremely capable in all realms. You can't be hanging around with losers, because losers will allow you to lose. You need to be hanging around with winners, because winners will not allow you to lose. We hate losers. We don't even like them around us. They stain our air. There are people like me who wake up and think, I want more. I already have everything I could ever think of. I already have enough money to buy everything I could ever dream of. I can't even think of anything on the planet I want. Don't care. There are people like me that exist, and you have to compete against people like me. It's player versus player. My entire life is work. And when I say that, people think that's depressing. No, it's not. It's not depressing. I love it. You need goals and resistance and something to fight against to live well. Because the distance between pain and joy is what we experience. If you only have joy all of the time and no pain, you are not going to be happy. You don't need fun. Fun is the vector from which Satan operates. Every time you look at something which is fun, it's all just hedonistic. There's no money to be made. You don't retire your mother. You don't help the world. You don't give to charity. You don't become stronger. You don't become wiser. You don't learn anything. Patience is how they trick you into keep being a slave. I turned myself from no money to my first million in 2 years to 30 million 3 years later. That's how fast you can make money if you're about money. Right? So I've never believed in patience. You gotta forget the patience. You gotta forget the people who aren't about money around you. It's gotta be all you think about, all you talk about. You gotta start producing. And if you do all those things, you will start to make some money. But next time you're sitting with your friends, this is a challenge for every single person watching this. Next time you're sitting with your friends, unprompted, come in, sit down, and just join in the conversation. And after about 20 seconds, sit and think, this is bullshit. They're talking about this, that, this bitch, football game, this guy. This is not going to make any of us rich. I am wasting my life. It's amazing. We go from children to adults. And when you're a kid, you expect the adults to be smart. And it's the same with like fame and money, right? I went from absolute no money to super wealthy and nobody knowing me to like famous. Everyone's a fucking idiot. I'm telling you now. There's very few impressive people on this planet. You can go meet Elon Musk, who I actually quite like. I've never met him, as an example. Richest man in the world, or a politician, or a superstar. You meet these people and you're like, how? Bro, it's seriously, that's what you think in your head. I'm just sitting there like, bro, how? Usually because they sold their soul to the Matrix. That's how they pull it off. But they're not impressive people. There's nothing special about them. Everyone in here could surpass any of them. They're not that special. They're not that impressive as individuals. I'm going to say something very logical to you people at home. And if you're stupid, you're not going to understand it. But if you're smart, it's not that difficult a concept. There is no light without dark. 5,000 years ago, the Chinese drew yin and yang for a reason. They are linked. They go together. There is no such thing as a successful person without a failure. Without the failures, there's no success. You need both. For there to be winners, there has to be losers. Therefore, if God is going to give you the chance to become a successful person, He has to make it difficult. He has to lay out a gauntlet, because within that gauntlet, some people will quit and they can go become losers, which allow the people who do not quit to be winners. You have to wake up and go, you know what? I'm responsible for my health, and I'm responsible for my finances, and I'm responsible for my family, and I'm responsible for the decisions I make, and I'm responsible for my work ethic, and I'm responsible for my motivation, and I'm going to win. That's all you have to do to be monumentally wealthy. And the reason it is so easy is because most people can't do that. If everyone could do that, then to win would be hard. The primary objective of financial freedom isn't Lambos and yachts and these things. It's to not have constant anxiety, stress, and worry and complaints about health, or your mother needs you, or your car breaking down. It's just knowing that all of life's little problems can be fixed because you have money, because you can pay someone else to fix them.
The car you want, the reason it's so expensive is because others people want it. The beautiful woman, everyone wants her. Everything about life as a man is war. It is conflict because you are competing against the other men who want it the same. Life is war. This idea that you can go through life as a man and avoid war is probably the biggest mistake that most men make. Running a business is war. Running an online company, it's war. Life as a man is war. You need to wake up and view it exactly as what it is. Everything I desire, other men are trying to get. This is a war, and I must outcompete them. Even in jail, it was a war for who could stay most calm. A war for who could suffer the least. I was surrounded by people who lost their minds, and I refused. It was a battle. While others complain that they do not feel happy enough, I'm happy I'm struggling. Do you understand? I don't care. I'm happy to be struggling. That is the beauty of life as a man, to be great. If you concern yourself only with being happy, you are once again acting like a female or a child. Happiness is fleeting. I want to be happy. Who cares? I want to be great. And let me ask you a question as a man at home, genuinely, truthfully. Would you rather be a loser who's always smiling, or would you rather be a stressed winner? Because I'll tell you something about winners. Most of them are stressed. So you have to sit here and ask yourself, do you want to be a happy loser that's insignificant? Nobody knows you exist. Women don't respect you. Nobody cares if you live or die, but you get to smile all the time. Or do you want to be one of the most important people on the planet with a little bit of stress? If you stop caring about being happy and you start caring instead about being great, guess what you end up being? Along with great. You end up happy if you forget about happiness and try to become great. You will never be successful if you're concerned about being happy, so forget about it. As enemies attempt to attack your energy and lower your vibration, understand this. Power is untouchable. Sometimes power is simply not giving a fuck. If you're already working hard, you're already going to the gym, you make sure that you're getting as much muscles as possible, as much money as possible, and you don't waste your time, you don't smoke weed, you don't play video games, you can just ignore that girl. That girl who broke your heart or cheated on you, the most powerful move you can make is ignore her, because you're on your ascent. She is likely on her descent. You're going to continue your ascent, and she's going to have to watch you for the rest of her life be the man that she could have been with that she's no longer good enough for. And if you're on the right path doing the right things, karma, God, whatever you want to call it, is going to teach them a lesson for simply failing to be a good person to you while they had the chance.
If you're not strong, you don't love anybody. And I mean that. If you love your women and you love your children, you're strong. If you sit and say, I love them, but I'm tired. Men are based on their utility. We are based on what we can do for others. That's what we're based on. If you're going to work, work. If you're going to chill, to chill. You don't want to be a dim light that's half on. You want to do one or the other. Now, I find chilling and relaxing, I guess this is my personality, it makes it easy, extremely stressful. There's nothing more stressful for me than trying to not do my work. Because if I'm not doing my work, then I'm thinking about the work I'm supposed to do. And I'm more stressed than doing the work. So everyone goes, Andrew, you need to just chill. I'm like, that sounds terrible. That sounds like the most stressful situation to be in. So all I want to do is work. As a man with enough money to never work again for the rest of his life, I'm spending my days consciously searching and actively planning and trying to identify trends and new ways to make money and new patterns to make sure that I'm not caught last when things do finally shift or change. But a brokey with no money at all doesn't bother.
What the fuck is wrong with you? What is wrong with you where you cannot type on a keyboard to achieve all of your dreams? What is wrong with you where you cannot go to the gym and lift enough weights to be self-confident enough to get any woman that you desire? Do you want to lose? Are you so desperate to perma-fail? It's not a lack of motivation. It's you who have a personality fault. There is something wrong with you that is preventing you from being the man that you could be. And this is the beauty of life as a man. There's nothing better than blaming yourself for absolutely everything that's ever happened to you, waking up and realizing it was all your fault and you're the only one who can fix it. 99.9% of girl problems are your fault. It's not women are crazy because she doesn't respect you enough because you haven't done anything which is important or difficult enough to garner her respect. That is your problem, 100% your problem, and you must take responsibility and accountability for that exact thing. Life as a man is so brutally simple. You wake up and you blame yourself for everything. You look in the mirror and you say, all of this shit is my fault. So how do I get it fixed? Nobody gives a shit about you. You have to give a shit about yourself. It's down to you and you alone because nobody else is waking up each day thinking of how they can get you to have more money and you to have a nicer life. They're too busy worried about themselves. If you're a brokey, you don't even fucking love anybody. You don't even love yourself. That's the level it's reached now at this point where the world's so fucked. When I see a person at 40 years of age with no money and no drive, I really want to make it out. So you don't give a shit about your family. You don't give a shit about your last name. You don't give a shit about anybody. I don't like you because I'm a trier. We have different life philosophies. I can't get along with you. We can't correlate. I'm a trier. You're refusing to try. I don't like those people. Because those people, every time I've ever tried to give them a chance, has done nothing but drag me down. I can't drag them up. I can't get them anywhere, but they manage to anchor me. So if you're a full-grown man and you're watching this and you do not have the capability to take your entire family and move to Tokyo tomorrow, if you don't have that kind of finance or capability, you take a long, hard look in the mirror and say, what the fuck does my love even mean? What kind of head of the family even am I? I can say I love my wife all day long. I can say I love my kids all day long. What does that even mean if I'm not going to finish work and take an extra hour out of my day to try something new? Your love means nothing if you don't try. How to stop being a normal man. The normal income, the normal life, the normal house, the normal job, the normal city. Normal is gone. There's no more normal. There's only poverty. There is only impoverished slaves. And your chance to not live as an impoverished slave is to not be a normal person. It is exceptional or slave. Middle class is gone. Normal everyday life of the law-abiding citizen is gone. It is all gone. The burden of performance is larger than ever before because you can no longer simply just do okay. You have to do great. You have to do amazingly. You have to do better than anyone else you've ever known has done. You have to do better than you ever thought you would do. You have to do better than your entire family's ever done. You have to be the most successful member of your family ever just to have a life where you're not stabbed to death on the bus, where you're not attacked on a subway, where you don't end up sitting there wondering how you can pay your bills because your money is worth less than ever before. Your only chance is exceptionalism. Millionaire is not aspirational. Millionaire is the bare minimum acceptable standard to live a life of prosperity, to live a happy, nice, safe, comfortable life. You need to be a millionaire minimum. And if you understand all of this and you still lack motivation, then you deserve to stay asleep.
Guess how many people can retire from the income of their own personal resources when it comes time to retire? Answer, 5%. In the most independent country in the world, 95% are dependent. 5% are independent. Take charge of your own life. Take charge of your own day. Take charge of your own conversation. Take charge of your own family. Take charge of your own possibilities. Join the 5%. Walk away from the 95%. I'm telling you, don't talk like they talk. Lend a helping hand, but don't fall into their poor philosophical scenario. Don't use the excuses they use. It's called the language of the poor. Switch ideas, switch strategy. Start with the simplest of disciplines. And if you'll invest in this thing called discipline, you can have whatever you wish. It's called the beginning of miracles.